The camp of the former Minister of Interior, Rauf Aregbesola, has reportedly broken away from the All Progressives Congress in Osun State. A statement credited to the camp, signed by the former Commissioner for Works and Transport, Engineer Kazeem Salami, announced the decision to leave the APC. The statement cited irreconcilable differences with the governor of Osun State, that's Ademola, Adeleke, and the leadership of the APC in the state. Many speculate this development may significantly impact on the political landscape in the state and the chances of the APC in future elections. Well, joining me to discuss this is Sunday Akere, is a former Commissioner of Information and Strategy of Osun State. Thank you for your time, sir.
Good evening.
Good evening. Let me start by asking. Great. Let me start by asking what you think of this announcement by the support group of the former governor of the state and also former Interior Minister. For you, how do you consider this move?
Thank you very much. The announcement of the faction of the former governor of Rauf Aregbesola, the so-called Omanluabi caucus, that they are ditching the APC in Osun ahead of the 2026 election did not come to us as a surprise. To us in the APC in Osun, we believe that even these people, they have left the party 3 years ago, well before the 2022 governorship election in Osun State. They have all decided that they will not work for the party, and they did not support the party's candidate there, Aregbesola, during his re-election bid in 2022. So for them, and since after that election, they did not work for the party, even also during the National Assembly and the presidential election, which we had in 2023. So for them now to be coming out now and telling us that they are leaving the party, it does not surprise anybody. It is what we call at least goodbye to bad readers, because they have been constituting a distraction in the party. Most of the less informed party members that sees them around still believe them that, oh, these people will have a change of mind tomorrow and they will at least maybe join the mainstream of the party. But for them now to say that they are leaving the party is goodbye to bad readers. We wish them well, and I want to assure you that it's not going to have any effect on the APC. We are going to now be refocused. We are going to be more formidable, and we are going to at least prepare ahead fully ahead of the 2026 election. Instead of now calling them every day, come back to the party, join the party at your word, forward, do this, do that. Nobody's going to look at them again. If you want to work for the party, I know for sure that 50% of the people that have been following them around in that Omanluabi caucus will not at least follow them to leave the party, because most of them have been deceived, and now they have seen the light that these people did not meant well. They worked for the PDP during the 2022 gubernatorial election. Majority of them worked against the party's candidates during the 2023 National and State Assembly elections, even the presidential election.
You said majority of them worked against. I'm sorry to come in here.
That come 2026, APC is going to rescue the power from the PDP in Osun State. Okay,
now you said that majority of them worked against the party in the previous elections. Of course, there's a report here, a statement by the APC spokesperson in the state alleging that some of the Omanluabi Progressives group, some of the members are actually agents, including the former governor himself, agents of the PDP in the state. Do you also believe that some of these former APC members were actually working, for the PDP, in disguise?
Well, ahead of the 2022 election, governorship election, we made several overtures to these people to at least have a rethink and come back into the mainstream of the party. The party leadership from Abuja sent representations to meet them, to meet the governor there, Aregbesola, but they maintained their stand and they refused to join the party. And even after the governorship election of 2022, the PDP governor, that is the sitting governor now, at least confessed that he thanked them for assisting him in winning the election in 2022. And he did not even stop at that. He compensated many of them. Many of them were given councillorship positions. Some of them were given vice chairmanship position in the local government. Some of them were even given commissioners.
Wow. So
special advisor and whatever.
So it was pretty clear that many of them were moles.
If you did not work for PDP will not compensate them with positions. And what the party APC did then was all those people that have been given appointment, we expelled them outrightly from the party. And those that at least still continue working in caucuses against the overall interests of the parties were suspended. And if a party suspends you, what you ought to do, if genuinely you have interest in that party, is to reach out to the leadership of the party. In the party in Osun State today, we have a reconciliation committee, we have a disciplinary committee, we have at least several committees that are trying to bring people. They never did any of that. Instead, they would rather prefer to continue to work in caucuses. They rather prefer to deceive people that they are registering membership of Omoluabi caucus. Is Omoluabi caucus a party? That's the question we keep asking them. Omoluabi caucus is never a party. At least, you know, when they started in 2022, they were calling themselves TOP. They said they are Osun progressives. After the election, they said, okay, we have collapsed the structure of TOP. We want to go back into the party. We were all thinking there that probably they have had a rethink. And later, they said they form Omoluabi caucus again. And the Omoluabi caucus is what led them to where they are today. If you cannot work for the party, if you cannot at least work for the overall interests of the party, both at the state and the federal, it is good for you to leave the party which you have decided. Nobody pushed them away. They are the one that said they are exiting the party.
Okay.
And it is good luck to bad reader.
I mean, before we even get before we get into some of the nitty-gritty in terms of details as to what led to this breakaway and all, I mean, I would like to ask you, Mr. Sunday Akere, I mean, being a former Commissioner of Information Strategy of Osun State, a key stakeholder within the APC in that particular state, how would you describe the person of course, the former governor, Rauf Aregbesola?
Well, sincerely, the situation with Ogbeni Rauf Aregbesola today baffled me as an individual. One, I served under him as Commissioner for Information and Strategy, and I served under Aregbesola as Special Advisor Political Matters. And as an individual, I never see Ogbeni Rauf Aregbesola as my principal. I see him as my blood brother because I know him well several years ago while he was still a student at the Polytechnic Ibadan. My immediate elder brother that I followed, Akere, they were classmates at the Polytechnic, they were roommates, and they were friends since then. So, and when I was serving under him as commissioner, Ogbeni Rauf Aregbesola will say it several times that after God, it is Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. So what now pushed Ogbeni to the level of now seeing that person that he said after God, it is Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu? What now makes him to now see Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu as an arch enemy today is what I cannot explain. It's only what Ogbeni as an individual can explain. So it baffles many of us that Ogbeni can take the position and the stand that is taking today against his boss, his benefactor, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu.
So, I mean, because that would have been my follow-up question to ask, how come things fell apart? Even though you said you are not in the know, but what are those tell signs that maybe you suspect might have been a factor?
Well, the only thing that I know was that after the 2018 election, when Ogbeni left position, majority of those guys that served with him and majority of those that are the principal actors in the Omoluabi caucus today felt that they must be given principal appointments in the Oyetola's administration. Some of them felt because they did not get what they expected. That to me happens to be the initial cause of the crisis. Some of them were saying before Oyetola took over in 2018 that 80% of them that served with Ogbeni in the second term will be in the cabinet of Oyetola. And when it did not go like that, some of them felt, to the tent, Israel. That was how they started the crisis with Alhaji Gboyega Oyetola, the then governor, after the 2018 election. And every overtures, sincerely, we must ask ourselves, Alhaji Gboyega Oyetola served with Ogbeni Rauf Aregbesola as chief of staff for 8 years before picking the gubernatorial ticket. And he did everything to ensure that he never rocked the boat, even after becoming governor. He elected several of the people that Ogbeni has put away. I will give you an example. For the House of Assembly then, out of the 26 candidates that the APC fielded for the House of Assembly election, Alhaji Gboyega Oyetola as governor then only have one candidate that you can say is sponsored for the election. Ogbeni picked all the others. And that was why some of those that feel that, I want to be commissioner this, I want to be commissioner that couldn't get the position, feel, the only thing that they need to do is to now start fighting the administration of Alhaji Gboyega Oyetola. And in fighting the administration of Alhaji Gboyega Oyetola, it was even after his leaving the office that Chief Akere, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and some of the other leaders nominated him to become Minister of Interior under former President Buhari. It was after Ogbeni got to Abuja that probably friendship changed, expectation becomes large, and you just feel, me too, I can become this or become that. And that some people now started bringing blocks between him and his boss and his benefactor. That was President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. And you discover that when we were doing the primaries of picking President Bola Ahmed Tinubu in APC as a presidential candidate, Ogbeni worked against him and all his team.
How did he work against him? Can you give specific things he did? How did he work against him during the primaries?
Well, how he worked against him during the primary was, before the primaries, the leadership of our party in the Southwest, led by Chief Akere and Otunba Segun Oshoba, organized a meeting of all those aspiring to pick the presidential candidate of APC from the Southwest. They organized a meeting at the Lagos House in Marina, where they said, it's going to be better for us to work as a team and come up with only a single candidate. Ogbeni and Professor Yemi refused to abide by the decision of that meeting. And we discovered that when we got to Abuja for the primaries, former governor, Senator Ibikunle Amosun, withdrew on the ground of the primary for Asiwaju. Former governor Kayode Fayemi withdrew on the ground, while the then VP insisted that he's going to go into the election, which he lost then. And after losing the election, they never took part in any of the campaigns. In Osun State here, when we formed the presidential campaign committee, I was the secretary. The then governor, Alhaji Gboyega Oyetola, was the chairman. We nominated some of the people that felt that they were in his camp, and at least the people that was sharing the top group, which Ogbeni was leading them, Engr, Ademola, we nominated him. The former Speaker of the House of Assembly.
We'll definitely pick up on this.
They never showed up for 1 day.
Mr. Akere, we'll pick up on this.
And when the election came, they did not support APC. So what evidence? When the election was being done in Osun, Ogbeni was in Abuja, sitting by his television watching what was happening. So what then do you need to convince you that he worked against the party?
Okay. I mean, these are pretty much interesting revelations, but we need to go on a quick break. When we return, we'll be looking at the future of the APC in Osun State, outside the influence of Ogbeni Rauf Aregbesola. Stay with us. Many thanks for staying with us. This, of course, is still Politics HQ on News Central Television. And we are looking at some political developments in Osun State, particularly within the APC of the state. And I still have my guest with me, Mr. Sunday Akere, is a former Commissioner of Information and Strategy of Osun State. He joins me virtually. Thank you for staying with me, sir. Now, let's look at this from a broader perspective. I believe that for many of the residents and even indigenes of Osun State, I'm from Osun State myself, we are, I'm sure, pretty much passionate about, irrespective of party lines, the political stability of the state and also progress. So my question to you is this. Looking at the exit of Ogbeni Rauf Aregbesola and his caucus from the activities of the APC? What is the future of the party in the state?
Thank you very much for the question. With the exit of the Omoluabi caucus from APC in Osun, the future of APC in Osun is bright, and by the special grace of God, we are going to win the coming gubernatorial election in 2026. When they were in the party, they have been causing distraction and confusions. Quite a number of the uninformed members of the party never knew that they had other intentions. But now that they have boldly come out that they are leaving the party, definitely majority of those people that have been deceived in the past, we have a rethink, and they will leave them and come back into the party. I want to assure you, in 2022, when we had the governorship election and the Omoluabi caucus worked with PDP and with the several manipulations and machinations of those that wanted to do everything to stop the second term re-election of Aregbesola so that they can use it as an avenue to stop the presidential aspiration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. APC in Osun lost the election with 28,000 votes. When we had the presidential election of Asiwaju in 2023, the PDP won Osun, even with their governor, with the intimidation, with the attack that they carried severally, chasing our people out of their home. The PDP won with less than 9,000 votes. And now that we have at least a conducive environment where at least the security agencies are ready to do their job, the INEC are ready to do their job diligently, and with the support of the teeming masses and those that have seen the inadequacies of the PDP administration in Osun, definitely we know that whoever APC put down as the gubernatorial candidate for 2026 election will be the next governor come November 27, 2026 by the special grace of God.
I mean, you talk about the inadequacies of the current administration of the People's Democratic Party, of course, led in the state by Ademola, Honorable Ademola Adeleke. I would like to ask you, I mean, it seems to gather a lot of momentum in terms of his charisma, and some would even say in terms of his achievements in the state. And you talk about inadequacies. I'd like you to be specific in those areas. What do you mean exactly?
Well, thank you very much. You said the charisma and courage. The only charisma and courage we know about our governor here in Osun is dancing. And that is what interests most of you people.
But he has also paid backlog of salaries and remuneration owed by the APC administration in the state.
What do you say?
He has paid backlog of salaries and remuneration owed by the APC to public servants in the state.
Backlog of salaries owed by the administration of Rauf Aregbesola when he was governor.
But he was a member of the APC then.
Wait, let me talk now. It's you that is asking question. For your information, Alhaji Oyetola served as governor for 4 years. Out of these 4 years, almost 2 years were lost to COVID and the EndSARS crisis. And he inherited a government where even at the end of the month then, he may not even receive up to 500 million as allocation to the state, and he has to pay salaries of over 3 billion. Oyetola never hold a salary for 1 month throughout his 4 years. And when you compare what Oyetola collected in 4 years to what Ademola Adeleke has collected in 2 years, you will know that Osun has been terribly shortchanged. Oyetola recruited teachers, 1,500 of them while he was about leaving. Adeleke sacked all of them, and 2 years into the administration now, they have not even thought of recruiting teachers to at least equip our schools so that the students and the children can have better education. 2, Oyetola recruited 8 officers. Before he left, Adeleke sacked all of them. 3, Oyetola left 20,000 youths in the Osun Youth Empowerment Scheme, the OES. Adeleke sacked all of them. It is only this morning that I started reading on the social media that they have started screening people for the OES after 2 years. And when you consider the amount of money that came into Osun, they are only running government on social media. They said they purchased 114 tractors for the farmers. to the people that are outside, we cannot see a single tractor today in Osun. If you purchase tractor for the farmers, they're supposed to be in the local government for people to hire. We cannot see anything.
I mean, what you are saying right now to the people of Osun State, or what you are suggesting is that the government,
White Elephant project is going there, where you don't even need a bridge. They will say they are doing overhead bridge, and we know that it is only a means of making away with the money of the state.
Are you saying, because right now, sorry, I need to come in here. I need to come in here, sir.
To a company supplying fertilizer. For goodness sake.
I need to come in here. Are you saying that the government of Governor Ademola Adeleke is a government of lies? Because you seem to have rubbished quite a couple of things he's done.
Government of lies, government of deceit, government that is changing the people of Osun State. We have seen the difference. Aside when he was campaigning, I was at the debate for the gubernatorial candidates then in 2022. He promised that if they give him the opportunity to become governor, the 30 months backlog of half salary held by the Rauf Aregbesolas administration will be paid within 6 months. Today, we are over 2 years into we are into the 3rd years of the administration. They have not paid 10 months out of the 30 months. They are only using what we call the stick and carrot approach to deceive the people. Before making our people feel that probably they are gullible. Nobody is gullible. You say you are going to pay this money within 6 months. In close to 2.5 years now, you have only paid less than let's say about 10 months out of the 30 months. So who is deceiving who? What we are saying is they have been deceiving people and at least playing policies on the pages of newspaper and the social media. And also people are more enlightened than that. Go to Ile-Ife. They said they are constructing an overhead bridge of 15 billion in Ile-Ife. And you ask them, go around the corners of Ife. There are several roads that are unmotorable. If they take 10 billion out of this to repair those roads that are unmotorable, the people will be better for it. If they go and do the road that leads to the farms will have means of transporting their harvested products to the market quickly. They are not doing that. They would rather prefer to say they are spending money on bridges. Go to Lameko here in Osogbo, where you don't even have 5 vehicles meeting at the roundabout at a particular time. They are doing overhead bridge there. It is cosmetic projects that they are doing, projects that have no economic benefit and social benefit to the people of Osun.
Can I ask, before I let you go, sir, please, 1 minute.
We are going to show them the red card, just like they do on the football field, that they should go home and rest.
I mean, it's interesting that you talk about projects. So I would just ask you, in a few minutes, can you just highlight specific projects the APC government, particularly under the former governor Oyetola, carried out and completed while in office?
Well, thank you very much. Under Governor Oyetola, if you want to talk about roads, Oyetola did the roads linking Akindeko, Waek, inside Osogbo Ward 5. Oyetola did the road from Lameko in Osogbo to Ifon Osun. Oyetola did the road from Ede to Ejigbo. Ejigbo was unmotorable, unpassable before Oyetola took over. He did that. Oyetola did the road from he did the road from Ilesha Garage to Kebale. That is the ring road covering the town. Oyetola did the road from testing ground to Kelebe to Iragbiji. He did the road from Ada. In my town, for over 33 years, the road between my town and Ada, 13 kilometers was unpassable. Oyetola did it while he was in office.
All right.
He tarred the road and we are still enjoying it today. Several roads, that is on road. In the area of health, Oyetola is the one that started the OEs, the Osun Health Insurance Scheme. He was given award, he was given commendation.
All right, I'm sorry we are pressed for time, but we really need to go. Thank you so much for your time on the program. Hopefully we'll get to have you again, sir.
Thank you. I think you will give me another time next time to highlight more of what Oyetola did in his 4 years. I never hold salary for 1 month, and he pays salary every 25th of the month.
All right. We'll definitely revisit this issue some other time on the program, but thank you so much. Mr. Sunday Akere is the former Commissioner for Information and Strategy, Osun State. It's great having you on the program once again. Thank you, sir.